All right. Welcome to the NorCal Sports Network, and it's the San Francisco Giants
What's up, Peter?
show where they defeat the Colorado Rockies 5-3. And this game, well, there's going to be a lot to talk about. More specifically, as we get into it, some of Gabe Kapler's decisions and emptying the chamber, so to speak, in the sixth inning when Brandon Crawford tried to leg out to stay out of a double play. He just beats the throw, but somehow we don't know what the injury was, but he was pulled. The trainer and Kapler came out. Looked like to me they were talking to him about, look, looked like Crawford may have said, I can probably stay in. And they may have said, look, we got one more game. We're up 5-2. We got one more game. You're going to get 4 or 5 days rest. Let's not push it and make it longer. And I think they must have convinced Craw that he, probably not worth playing the extra 2-3 innings today, because he was probably going to get the rest tomorrow. They pulled him. That left the Giants completely positionless. Had they lost a Conforto or a Slater in the outfield, who are kind of nursing hamstring injuries, had that gone sour, or worse yet, had Patrick Bailey taken one off the face mask with a foul tip or any kind of injury to Bailey, you would have probably had Wilmer Flores behind the plate for the last couple of innings. That could have got dicey.
And then what position do you give up? Somewhere in outfield?
You're going to have to bring in a pitcher. And
to play a position, yeah.
You might have to have a pitcher play left field or first base. To me, the mistake was taking Sable out with a 5-2 lead. There's no real, it's nice to platoon and get a better position, better situation. You got Matos coming in, and Matos got a base hit promptly to left field. Looks like, oh, what a move, Well, you're up 5-2. You just took out your second to last position player. Then Crawford goes down right after that.
Right.
And you have no backup catcher. Don't take your backup catcher out of the game if you don't need to. I mean, Sable's perfectly capable of coming up and taking that at bat, taking against the lefty. It's like, I mean, what is it?
Not babying these guys. Let them.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean,
you don't play with catchers. Yeah, that's one play. Hey guys, I got an idea for the rest of the year. Why don't we all agree and talk shit about one player and watch him go off the next day? Because we were ripping Slater pretty good last night,
and Conforto,
and lo and behold, he goes off. So
I put out a tweet today.
The show tonight, let's pick a player, let's rip on him, and he'll go off tomorrow.
Oh yeah. I put out a tweet today just before the first inning about the lineup and how I'm like, oh, here we go again. The platoon is on. We got Wisely in because of Schmidt, and we got Matos out of the lineup. And I'm like, I get Matos being out of the lineup because you got to play Sable, you got to play Yaz and Conforto. But it bugs me that why is Schmidt out of the lineup just because of right-handers pitching? And Schmidt got a hit last night, and he plays great defense. Wisely comes up twice, strikes out twice. And I'm like, in the first inning, somebody responded to me and said, well, Conforto or Matos and Schmidt are doing nothing. They're not hitting. And I said, my response was,
Yeah, but Peterson and Conforto haven't done much in the same time frame either. So how's that? How do you like that? Peterson then promptly hits a ground rule double, and then Conforto comes up right after him and hits a home run. So yeah, exactly. Go ahead and let's see who I can make rip on, and then they'll do well. So, but I just don't like
the platooning. I just don't. I understand that when you get late in the game, that's a good idea.
Late in the game.
But this is just.
Well, we don't want to see kind of similar to what happened with the Warriors this year, where Kerr, was kind of hard on young guys. They'd make a mistake and they'd go out of the rotation, and then the older guys would make the same mistakes and they would still play, and it kind of sometimes will divide a locker room. So, yeah, you don't want Kapler to be like if a young guy, has an 0 for 4 or, doesn't look good at the plate, just automatically have a quick hook on them. They got to be patient with these young guys. They will come around and they will figure it out. Talent is talent.
Yeah,
no matter the age. Talent is talent. Have confidence. And for a young guy, when your manager has a lot of confidence in you, hey, that goes a long way. And when he does it, it goes the other way. So.
Hey, Eddie, he's a longtime viewer of ours. Sorry to hear you had some surgery, but hopefully you're doing well. Glad we can be here to help you recover.
Yeah, hang in there, Eddie K. We're here for you to put a smile on your face, buddy.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah. In Slater pinch hitting, I didn't have a problem with it at the time because Yaz is just getting back into form, and it was a good matchup. I think it was Brad Hand pitching, who's really tough on lefties. And Slater, could just replace him. And it was one of the first substitutions. But then it became like, okay.
Then it was just, it was an
endless. Yeah. Everybody's getting pinch hit for, It's like, just because it worked and you're up 5-2 doesn't mean you have to take the rest of your bench out. Save your bench. I mean, it was the sixth inning. He was out of position players.
Exactly. That's crazy. It's just
a little nuts.
It's just over managing. Like you said, you mentioned it's just over managing. I'm not saying that you don't do some of these moves, but at the point in the time of the game,
if it's the seventh game of the World Series or something, or the playoffs, I mean,
right.
But I mean, it's the sixth inning.
And Liam, great point. Even though they won, it's still a bit underwhelming, as it shouldn't be a dogfight against the last place in the National League. The last place against the National League.
What place?
The last place of the National League. You should be mopping these type of teams up.
Well, so far they have been, which is good. I mean, they lost last night, but you're bound to lose a game or two when you play somebody 13 times. But they should be definitely, especially at home. And they got to go out tomorrow. We don't know if Crawford will play. My guess is he takes the day off.
Yeah.
And
if he has to go to IL, it's probably going to be Isan Diaz. They ain't going to make room for 40 man.
I don't see him making a room for the 40 just for a day. And I don't think he's going to go on the IL. I think you send down, Olivera or something like that for the day.
You're welcome, Mark.
Just send down a reliever, bring up. Might as well send down a reliever because Gabe ran out of players. He might need an extra bench player.
Maybe.
You think?
Jeez.
Hey, real quick before we get off, we got to mention this. Alex Cobb got elected to his first All-Star game of his career.
Oh, yes, that was
Congrats
awesome.
to Alex Cobb. He's having a good year.
Job well done.
Definitely. And, Logan Webb may have been a candidate for that slot as well, probably replacing Kershaw, who is out of the game. And there's probably others that'll still to come. You watch. There's always somebody that makes the All-Star team that gets hurt on the last day, like tomorrow. Some little nagging injury, they won't be available. But Webb's pitching tomorrow, and so
hopefully
no sense they would have picked Webb if Webb and Cobb were pretty close to, choosing which one. Webb's not available.
Cobb does have better numbers than Webb this year right now, up to
He
this
does
point.
in the sense that he's got a better win-loss, but I mean,
And his ERA too, sub 3.
Sub 3, yeah. It's close. Webb's just about 3.3 roughly. And, Webb's eaten up more innings and been probably more of a workhorse. And if you ask.
Yeah, Cobb hit
people,
that IL, and that's what kind of messed up with his innings.
Yeah, most people, if you look at the Giants, would say that Webb's been kind of their workhorse. But Cobb's done very well, and he deserves it. So
you know what?
Good for
him.
It
got me thinking. Look at it, because I didn't realize he had that good of numbers either. But he's another guy that could probably get some Giants in return as well. If he's not he's 35. Is he going to come back next year for the Giants? If he doesn't, trade him. Yeah. He's high. Trade him while he's high. Some team will take him.
It depends. I mean, they're not going to do it. We could talk about it. We could talk about them, being sellers. But they're going to be buyers.
Yeah.
Hey, they made a big deal last night. Giants, everybody, picked up an outfielder from the Seattle Mariners.
Imagine that again, the Seattle Mariners.
The pipeline continues.
Another trade with Jerry DiPitio, or however you say his last name, the general manager of the Seattle Mariners, and they pick up a 28-year-old left-handed batter, left-handed thrower. And here's my tweet. In another under-the-radar move by Farhan Zaidi, it looks like he's trying to find his next 28-year-old Yaz. Look at his stats. Bats left, throws left. How long does Larson last? The guy's name is Jack Larson. And it's another low-level deal with Seattle. Is this the next Dalton Guthrie or Yaz? He is a 28-year-old who's had one major league at bat last year. The rest of his career, he's down in AAA, AA, whatever. He's a journeyman type guy. I don't know what this deal means, if it's outfield depth, if it's for outfield depth for AAA, because they are looking to make some kind of transaction with Elliot Ramos, whether Ramos gets put in a deal or he gets called up. You could have a situation if Matos is if they're going to start platooning Matos like they did today, I just as soon I love Matos, but I just as soon see him down at Sacramento where he can play every day, because how many times do you face a left-handed pitcher? Do you know that 81, there's only 19, or it's either 19 or 21% of pitchers in the Hall of Fame are left-handed. Okay. Right. And that fits right in with about 75% roughly pitchers are right-handed. How many times? Look at Austin Slater's at bats. Even though he's been injured, he doesn't play that much because he doesn't play against right-handed pitching.
Right.
So if Matos is going to get platooned, you may see an Elliot Ramos come up and they'll let him platoon because they figure he's got more. I just hate the whole platoon system. To me, stick the guys out there, and if they're young and they've got tools, let's see what they can do.
Yeah.
But
let's face it, as long as we have this regime here, platoon is here to stay. I've never seen a GM shop at the 99-cent store as much as this guy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Jack Larson. He sounds like
it's kind of falls in line with that trade they made last week with that catcher, remember? Similar, very similar.
Or a couple of weeks ago. And then the other one with Dalton Guthrie, he's gone.
He's already gone.
DFT. How many guys come and go in a month? Seriously, if you're picked up by Farhan, you might as well keep paying rent at wherever you're staying, because you may need that back in very short order. I've seen guys come and go in less than 3 days. Picks him up. Found another guy that I like off the 40. Wait, he trades as much guys as I did in fantasy football league last year, or as much as MF trades. I thought I traded a lot in fantasy football. MF, this guy right here, he is the king of deals. And I love having MF in my league because he's gonna He's going
I tell you,
wheel and
Dan,
deal with
you might
me.
want to think about doing that with your channel and the guys with the chat in here, doing the same thing that kind of Larry did with his channel last year.
We could do that. If anybody wants to do fantasy football when it comes up,
Ooh,
anyone in the
you
chat,
talking.
anyone who's in for doing fantasy football. I know it's football.
I need 12 guys, and we'll use Yahoo. And since I used Yahoo last year and I'm used to it.
All right, we got Senior in there. I know MF. I know MF is going to be in it.
But this one will be money. Okay. We had.
Is there anything else?
Well, Rye was our commissioner last year, and he never.
Oh, Mario's
collected.
in. Liam's in. Okay, cool.
All right.
I think we're gonna have a decent.
You guys
amount.
don't want me in there.
I think. What do you guys think? $50? $50 in?
That might be steep for some of the people in the chat. I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not saying that speaking ill of the chat, but I don't know. That might be a bit much.
Some say 25 buy-in. That was supposed to be the buy-in last year in the Krug's league.
Mark Cope is definitely in.
We got Heroku.
Let's see. Mario says $100. $100 is fine with me, but it might be steep for some. So, hey, everybody throw a bet. Whether I like 50 because if we get 12 guys, that's $600. Winner takes about. What do we? I don't know how it's done.
We could figure that out.
If it's 500,
400 for first, 200 for second.
Is that something like that? That would be cool. Liam's crazy channel and all the way from London could do 50.
All right, cool.
You
know, I don't know how to do polls. I keep looking for it in here, Mark, and I don't see. I don't know if you have to be at a certain amount of subs to get the polls, but yeah, I don't see where it's at.
4 teams make the playoffs.
We could do. We'll do the Yahoo. We'll do the whole thing, and then we'll have to get a commissioner. Maybe Carlos would be down for being the commissioner.
There you go, Carlos. Voluntold. You have been voluntold.
You want to be the?
I'm strict, man.
You are you?
Yeah.
Good. Hey, man.
I don't play around. If I see some shady trades that are one-sided, vetoed.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of shady stuff that goes on.
Oh yeah, like at the end, I was like throwing out. I threw out some guys at the end. I gave away Jalen Hurts at the very end to help. I just
none of that.
And at the very end for nothing. Yeah, because I was.
Okay, I don't know if I'm missing anybody. So far, we got Dan, Los, Eric, Senior, MF, Liam, and Mario. I can't remember if there's anyone else in here. So we still got plenty of.
I want to see Greg Dayton and Rothberg in this league so they can play each other.
Oh my God!
And I want.
I
want to see the shit talking that week.
Hey, and when we do the league, just remember, look at the at your team and check your messages in the chat. I'm trying to make deals almost every week, and some people never respond. So
just know, get ready for phone calls and messages in the wee hours of the morning.
No, I won't do that. I won't do that because I don't have it. Well, I might call you guys.
I've heard rumors, Dan, you proposing trades at 1:30 in the morning, and lately we've been staying up that late, so I'm not. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised.
So we got 8 so far, not so bad. Got room for 4 more.
I bet you Larry might want to get into this.
Yeah, he might.
Yeah, I'll save room for Larry because he's always
maybe Sean. I don't know if Sean.
Sean Proctor would get in. Yeah.
What about Jordan Elliott? He's a football guy.
Jordan might get in. They'll probably.
I'm trying to want to bring in some of the guys here in the chat who've been kind of dedicated. So kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, give them first dibs.
Yeah.
So we might.
And
I didn't see MF respond. Did MF say he wanted in?
Yeah, MF says he's in.
Okay, good. I like having MF in a league.
Oh yeah, we have to do a live draft on the show. That would be.
Yeah, we'll do a live draft.
That would be fantastic.
We got Los, who's how many years have you been in fantasy?
Oh shit, over 22, 23.
And you've done Yahoo before?
Yahoo, ESPN, CBS.
Okay,
done them
good. So
I'm
you
going to
know how
have
we have a
absolutely
good-
no clue who the hell I'm going to be picking. This is going to be
Good.
fun. This
Yeah,
is
you're gonna be
Even
fun.
the
Me and-
most- yeah, I see what's going on. Oh,
Me
yeah,
and
I get your
Dan
money.
love guys like you. In the
Yeah,
league.
you're gonna be fun.
Yeah.
You're
Hey.
gonna be fun. I was last year, my first time. I never took, and I didn't know what the heck I was. I didn't know how to do the setup to get onto the
Eric,
the
you can come
draft.
play. You can come play poker with us too.
Yeah, exactly. Come take all my money. I know exactly.
That's right.
I'll never forget. Yeah. Let's see.
Hey,
what
I'm a
we got.
business guy. I'm a shark when it comes to these things. I'm competitive.
Yeah, Dan is going to get Eric for
Yeah.
trades. Yeah, exactly.
You
Hey,
bet.
This guy, he's not.
Just don't
Oh,
kick.
man.
Just don't draft a kicker in the 3rd round, Eric.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, man.
Don't let me hear Jake Moody with the 3rd pick.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could play Farhan's media session.
No, I want it. But yeah.
We'd
I-
love
I
to
still-
play stuff, but we don't want to
heard
get
the
a
tip. Yeah,
we don't want to
heard
get
the-
a strike on the
strike.
channel. There's a real fine line of what you can and can't do. And
If you guys go to MLB Trade Rumors, there's a nice little thing where they break down what Farhan was saying about the trade deadline. It's
what second basemen are out there
I don't know.
that would be?
Nico Horner is the second baseman.
Oh, with the Cubs.
The
That
Cubs,
would be
yeah.
good.
And he's got speed and he's a good,
Oh,
contact hitter, 280, 290 guy.
Oh. Speaking of speed, I want to play it on here, but I can't. You guys got to go check out what Ellie De La Cruz did.
Oh,
today.
yeah, I saw it. I looked up it on the
All right, guys.
on,
I'm going to tell you what he did. He stole second. This was the 7th inning. Brewers were up 7, or Reds were up 7-5 over Milwaukee. Stole second, promptly stole third, and as he stole third,
he's taking the lead.
he's taking a lead and off third because the third baseman's just sleeping, playing way back, and the ball goes back to the pitcher, I guess, at some point. They didn't show it all, but he stole home.
You know what that is? You know what that is right there? That's Negro Leagues. That's Negro Leagues baseball right there. You just it's brazen. You're making sure it's catching guys off guard. If they're not paying attention, there you go.
Hey,
You know what I know?
tweeted out.
You know what I didn't understand? You know what I never understood last year, especially when the shift was on. So say you have a runner at second with any kind of decent speed, and you have a left-handed hitter in the box hitting, and the third baseman is all the way swung around towards like past shortstop near second base.
he should be halfway home.
Why wouldn't the guy at second
Exactly.
steal?
Just go.
Every single
Yeah.
time. The third, do you know how perfect the timing has to be for the third baseman to run to cover third and the throw to be there? Like I would watch that and go, oh my God, why is he not stealing? That's like common sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I still see it now. I still see the third baseman all the way at shortstop. And if you have no speed, you have no speed. But if you got any kind of wheels at all, man, they're giving you a base.
You know what I would do
IQ.
if I'm a speedster on third base and you're way off third base, the third baseman, and you're on third, that right-handed pitcher is looking right at you. I'd be coming halfway down the line and dancing like I'm getting ready to break, and I bet you could force that guy into a balk.
Probably could,
He'd
or throw it away. But did you see that? I mean, De La Cruz, he was just leaning off, and the pitcher, I mean, he was sliding into home before the pitcher even threw it. It was unbelievable.
I tell you, Cincinnati, I'm going to stick with them.
Yep,
Other than
I'm
the
telling
Giants,
you.
that they're my favorite team, just because I like
They
how
have
they
it right
play.
now. You know
and
how
I
a
like
team
how they-
has it. They have it.
I like how they structure their team. That's what I'm hoping the Giants can do for next year in 25. But
Well, this is why I really, really want them to draft Enrique Bradfield tomorrow. The center fielder from Vanderbilt. He's got speed. He's a base stealer. He stole 46 out of 46 this year for Vandy. He can hit for average. He's an elite defensive player. Speed plays wherever you go. I mean, speed will get you out of slumps. It just
Fires up the dugout too.
Can he hit for average?
Yeah, he can hit decent,
Because
He's a slap hitter.
When I saw his summary about him, Dan, I was thinking, okay, is this another poor man's Bryce Johnson, who has a lot of speed, who can play a great center field, and then can't.
I
hit
think
the
he,
major
I think
league
he's,
Can't
level.
get on
I think he's better than that. I don't know what
Does he got a little?
he's
got a little pop, or
not
he's-
much, not a ton of pop.
So he's a true leadoff hitter.
Yeah.
Now this is what I would like to know: his strikeout to walk ratio. I love guys that walk almost as much as they strike
Get
out.
hits.
That tells me they put the ball in play.
All right, let me give you his stats real quick here for the year.
Vanderbilt, right?
Yeah,
Vander,
I'll give them to you right
That's
now.
a good baseball program.
Okay, 23. He had 233 at bats, scored 69 runs, 65 hits, hit 279, 410 on base.
He walks.
Let's see, 40 strikeouts, 45 base on balls. So struck out 40, so less than 20% struck out. Stolen bases 37. Last year he stole 46. His freshman year he stole 47. He stole 130 bases in 3 seasons. I don't even know how many times.
Makes me wonder if that bat can play. That's the only issue I have.
I think it can hit you 260 in the majors. But he's going to get on base, with his speed and walking. Real
quick, Dan, you might want to put on the futures game just to see what's going on. I don't know when Wisenhunt's supposed to pitch, but I think he's supposed to pitch today, right?
What is that on?
I don't know. Hey, Senior, where's it on? What network? It might be on the MLB. I don't know if you have the MLB program.
I do. I wonder if the any other position players for the Giants, just Wisenhunt? I know Harrison had to step out, but
I think it's just Wisenhunt. He's the only pitcher. I don't think there's I don't think they have a position player that I know of.
Duvall sure looked dominant today. 1, 2, 3 struck out.
Oh yeah, he did good. Much better on Duvall. Yeah.
Yesterday when Ned responded to my question or not question, but I think you brought up, Dan, that I want to draft guys that
to the ballpark.
Let me be clear with something. That doesn't mean I want 9 punch and Judy hitters on the team.
Right.
I just don't. I'm not crazy about guys that can hit 30 homers and hit 210, 220.
Right.
I'd rather have gap hitters that can hit 15 to 20 homers, but they're hitting over 280.
Right. Yes.
If you have a lineup like that,
someone who makes solid contact.
Yes, that has some power, and we have things in motion. Yeah, let's be clear. I know you need power once in a while, but I just see too many guys at third base being left there and less than 2 outs. So I want guys that can put it in play. So
Senior saying it's on Peacock.
And if the Giants do draft somebody with power, please let it be a first baseman. God, I want a first baseman.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to need one. We got Logan Wyatt, but he's kind of long in the tooth, so I don't know. We'll have to see. How old is he?
Is he like 25?
25,
already?
I think, or is he even maybe 26? He's a bit on the older side.
Yeah,
but I haven't seen what he's been doing in Richmond. I know he was doing well, but we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Aaron Judge went to Fresno State.
Yeah,
he was right here in our backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And again, bringing up the scouts issues, like I'm not sure what they were looking at, but like I would hate to go back in that draft and see who the Giants took instead.
Yeah, it's probably not even worth the aggravation.
Hunter Bishop.
Yeah, because what year was it that Judge got drafted?
I want to say 17.
Somewhere around there, yeah, 17, 18 maybe.
Yeah, that's going to be a Todd Fuller over Kobe Bryant all over again.
Yeah. It was Christian Arroyo. That's what MF said.
Oh,
they chose Arroyo. He was. I mean,
but
the thing is, I think But see, this is.
They gave up on him.
I'm more privy. Get a college player. Don't get a high school. I mean, there's very few. I mean, you got Bryce Harper. That's few and far between, though. And it takes forever for them to get up into the big leagues.
Here's a question: can you trade up to? In baseball drafts?
No. I was going to ask that last night of Ned, and I forgot.
They don't allow that?
No.
Man,
yeah, it's dumb.
That'd be kind of cool. Hey, here's a Jock Peterson and a pitching prospect, and let's go up to 1 or 2, and let's draft one of those LSU guys.
Oh, Paul Skeens. Give me Skeens.
Love
yeah.
them.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice? But, Pirates who have the number 1 pick, why would they want Jock?
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Wishful.
Somebody recommended that on a channel today, like, oh, go after Goldschmidt and offer him Conforto and Peterson. I says, yeah, the problem with that is, why would the Cardinals want Conforto or Peterson? They're both,
gone.
Going to be, probably gone.
Was Dela Cruz a high school guy or a college guy coming out drafted?
I don't know.
I think he's straight from signed early. Maybe one of those guys like
international
signing.
Because he was only in AA when they called him up, if I'm not mistaken.
See, Luciano has always been our Dela Cruz.
Yeah.
You could, if you really wanted to do something crazy for tomorrow, you could say, Marco, get on a plane. We need a shortstop for tomorrow. He's on the 40.
Yeah.
And
I really want to see that.
So
kid
is Isan Diaz.
Yeah, but I mean, but you have Luciano on there.
Yeah.
I mean, if I would think if AA was in somewhere in California, you could see something like that.
Yeah,
because they could just send down Livera, a pitcher, easily, and just say, okay, you're just up for the day. You're going to go back after the All-Star break, but we need you for tomorrow. I mean, they did it with Ramos last year, right? Came up during the Florida series, game 2 and 3. I was there. They had opening day, and then they called up Ramos. And the reason they did it, because they were facing left-handed pitching.
Right.
It was just like, and then he promptly gets his first 2 at-bats. He got 2 hits.
It goes right back down to sack.
Yeah, it's just like, golly. Why don't you just bring up a robot?
The Giants in the 60s were one of the innovating organizations.
Yes, they were.
To draft Hispanic players
in Latin America. Yep, true.
They were first and foremost with the Alou brothers, with Cepeda. I don't know what's happened in the
Marshall.
I don't know. Yeah, Marshall. I don't know what's happened in the last 10 or 15 years. Again, I'm sticking with scouting, but boy, they were head and shoulders above everybody, including the Yankees. And somehow, some way, I don't know what's happened.
And they got an academy in the DR. We're starting to see some of these guys come out. I think
those guys down there live, shit, drink, and eat baseball.
Yeah.
Like, you need your scouts down there, Puerto Rico, Cuba, wherever. And because boy, if you get one of them and they hit big.
Yep.
So I'm holding out for Ramos and Luciano. I do not want to see those 2 traded at all.
No way. I don't. Oh, there we go.
Are you trying to find a game?
No, I was looking to put something up there.
Somebody said Greg Papa got a big deal, 5 years, $80 million.
Oh, really?
For what?
I don't know if
What's that deal for?
I don't know if that's KNBR or if that's
is that KNBR or is that Niners?
I would think that's the 49ers.
Holy crap. You could spend less than that and get a Japanese player. Unbelievable. Goodness. What is going on here? Holy criminy.
Even announcers are making big money in professional sports.
What's Sours? I'm trying to find out what was that deal for, Justin? Was that just for was that a KNBR? KNBR ain't paying someone $80 million over 5 years. That has to be the Niners.
Yeah,
no.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, for sure. You guys have the chat bar up there, right? The private chat and everything.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, okay. You see it, Los?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Whenever you want to.
Yeah, I already figured that. Yeah.
Communicate with that. Just.
Yeah, we're good.
Let me know there. And you could check it out too, Los, if you know what I'm talking about there. So anyway,
gotcha.
We'll let's see what else we got here in the chat. I see Robert Rothberg. Hello, Giant World. Let's see. Do I see?
That's way back there.
Yeah, let me go up closer here. Keep scrolling. Stay.
Him and Dayton were both in here early doing what they do.
Oh yeah.
They're off their prescription meds. And you guys disappoint me, man.
5 years, 80 million is what
That's
got?
incredible.
Wow.
How?
Man, that's like, what is that? Just like 16
million
a year?
16 million a year to be an announcer.
Dude, I'll save the dang franchise some money. I'll do it for $300,000.
Who is your favorite 49er announcer of all time?
Lon Simmons.
Yeah.
Nobody tops Lon.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Every Sunday you could not pass up Madden and Summerall. I mean, those guys are just
they're national. I was talking just 49ers.
That's what because I'll never forget. Every Sunday we'd always go to Grandma and Grandpa's house, and they'd always have the game on, and it's always Madden and Summerall. So
bang over here, pow.
Wow. Yep.
Did Lon Simmons and Bill King ever work together in baseball?
Yes, with the A's.
Oh, that's a dream matchup.
Yeah,
because Bill King in football and Lon Simmons in football. Oh my God, that is.
Bill King was.
Hold on.
Awesome.
I love Bill
Popovich. They're saying Popovich.
Oh, Greg Popovich of the Spurs.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody put Greg Papa. Craig, spell out the whole name, man. That's
if you
lazy.
said Pop. Yeah, I can understand, but
Vich. Spell out the whole name.
Greg Popovich. Okay,
God, Greg Popovich is up there, and he took 5 more years to coach.
5 more years. Well, he's got Wimbayana now, and he's thinking title.
There was a rumor that Popovich was going to retire, and Steve Kerr was going to take his place, one of his best friends in San Antonio. But that's done. That's gone.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr still does not have an extension.
Eddie K says Joe Starkey was his of the Niners. Oh, what a bonanza! I personally, know of Joe. I was in the broadcast booth with him when my brother played at Cal. Joe just retired last year, I believe. Last year or at some point was his final year or at Cal after 40 years. But I got to be in the booth with Joe as his spotter. And him along with Monty Stickles. Do you remember Monty Stickles? They used to KGO 810. Yeah, KGO 810. Let's see, who have been the Niners play-by-play? There was Lon Simmons. There was Joe Starkey. There was what's his name? Ted Robinson. Trying to think who else. Greg Papa. That's 4. Who else did play-by-play for the Niners?
A lot of those guys lasted a long time, so they covered a long span there. Who was the color commentator in the 80s? I liked him a lot. Wayne
Walker.
Yeah, I liked Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne Walker was great.
Wayne used to have great interviews with Bill Walsh, one-on-one.
MF says he misses Tim Ryan. Isn't Tim Ryan still part of the team with Greg Papa?
Yeah, he was last year. Did he get let go? I hadn't heard nothing.
I haven't heard nothing.
I don't know what that means. I think he still is with the
No, it says on KMBR segments. He didn't type it all the way out.
Oh.
He said
okay.
Yeah, he'll be back on during the season.
Greg Dayton, I'm always cool. You need to be a little more optimistic, my friend. Just once in a while. Get back on your meds. I gave you last week. Come on, I'm not just picking on you. I'm picking on Rothberg too. One is too optimistic, the other one's too pessimistic. Come on, meet in the middle, guys. In the middle. Being independent.
Yeah. Little balance. You see me you see me go up and down at times depending on the way things are going. I mean, I'm like right now I'm a little bit have some concern. The first 11 games are going to be crucial. It's going to be Ted Robinson had some great calls in that Saints game when Alex Smith ran it in for the touchdown and then threw the pass to
That might be the best Niner game. in the last.
Vernon
Yeah.
Davis.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I said Vernon Smith, Vernon Olson, and Vernon Davis. Yeah,
That was a tremendous football game. My God.
Yeah.
Boy, the Saints just kept coming.
How about Joe Starkey's call against the Packers when Steve Young threaded it over the middle to Terrell Owens? I could still hear him. Owens! Yes, it was
isn't Starkey the voice of Cal Stanford, the play?
Yes. Yeah. Oh my goodness, the band is on the field!
I remember that. Oh, that was crazy.
Did either of you have any desires to do any kind of like announcing? Did you ever kind of?
I did.
No.
Yeah, I went to school for
when you were a kid. I did too.
I went to school.
I would go to Candlestick, and I'd sit in the upper reserve. Nobody was sitting up there in right field. Be all by myself, and I would like do play-by-play of the game. And then I would take, this is before technology. This is old tape recorder. Man, nobody likes their own voice. When I heard my own voice back home, I said, man, I
sound like a jerk.
Yeah, I hated my voice. It's like, oh man, this is not going to work. Like the content was good, but just, I had a RFK Jr. type of voice. It just wasn't sounding good for radio.
Hey, Mitchell, appreciate that. We try to do our best to stay real. We're going to be critical when it needs to be critical, and not critical when it requires not to be critical. So, yep. Winning the championship is the point. Yep.
I had, I went to college for
broadcasting,
communications. Yeah,
communications.
I was going to Cal State Fullerton because I was living down in LA, and then I was going to transfer up to San Francisco State, go there, and then I ended up not doing that. So stayed down there, but it's really, that was in early 80s. Very tough. ESPN was just getting started. Had I known that ESPN was going to take off like it did, I wish I would have stayed in it, because I didn't. I just thought, oh man, I don't, sitting there in the class, professors, like 100 people in there, and he's saying, one of you will be lucky to make it in this room.
I think I know the answer to this, but I'll ask anyway. What sport would you have preferred announcing for?
I
know it's not basketball. It has to be baseball or football.
I was going to say football.
It'd probably be baseball.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think you're natural with that.
Just because I listened to so many different broadcasters growing up. Listened to Hank Greenwald, Lon Simmons.
Hey, you got a home run call now. You got a home run call.
Arrivederci, palla.
That's pretty good.
And a radio announcer, as opposed to a TV announcer, has completely different.
I'd love to do. I would love doing radio, because I just love talking the whole time about the game and telling what's going on, and telling stories. It would be so fun to go ahead and get all the stories. I actually did play-by-play basketball my first year in college. I played varsity basketball in high school, so my high school had a radio station. Well, I couldn't broadcast my own game. So when I graduated, my teacher let me come back and be the play-by-play guy of my high school's team. And it was fun. I had basketball is really tough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I can remember, doing the whole thing, with my guys. I can remember, dribble a little sovereign over to Getz. Getz looks he gets it inside to Mitchell. Mitchell outside back to Soberman over to I'm trying to remember all the guys. Back 3-point shot, good. It's just
hands down. Bill King, best basketball announcer I've ever heard.
Oh, Bill King was the best.
Hands down. God, I listen to him so often on the radio.
Hey, there's something I've been thinking about, and Los, you kind of got me thinking about this.
Yeah.
We're going to have to convince Dan on this, though. On Wednesdays, I think we should have a wrestling Wednesday where we could do Look, wrestling Wednesday, especially when baseball's done.
Pre-recorded and set to go on at 3 a.m.
But I want to know. I'm going to talk to the chat here and see what they think. Would you guys love to see a wrestling type of discussion? I mean, we could talk about other things, but let's do some Wrestling Wednesday.
Wrestling Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
I think that could be some fun. I mean, honestly, if we get big enough, you could probably even get some interviews with some of these old wrestlers, man. You never know.
asked this: do you guys like the All-Star Game anymore? Me personally, no.
Not really.
It's
Home Run Derby is where it's at.
Yeah, I'll watch Home Run Derby. I would love to watch the Futures Game. You say it's on Peacock or something. But the All-Star Game, it's I don't know if it's because I'm older and I outgrew it. It was like just a lot of fun growing up to see your team guys that were in it and you couldn't wait for them to get in. Now it's just like, to me, the worst the worst All-Star Game now is the NFL. It's a joke. So I
Flag
said
football.
I said like 5 years ago, make it flag, and they kind of did last year. I don't know, did they even play a game or was it just the flag game? And I don't even want to watch that. Who cares? And the NBA is a joke too. There's no defense. It's just guys just launching, 40 footers.
Oh, damn. Matter of fact, Home Run Derby's on tonight, isn't it?
No, Monday night.
Oh, it's Monday night? Monday night. Gotcha.
So while we're waiting for this wrestling,
I see a few. Mario says hell no, but I see some.
I don't know if that was the question to the wrestling or if it was to the All-Star Game. Does he care for the All-Star Game? Maybe Mario could clarify whether that's All-Star Game or wrestling. We might get a double no. I'm going to guess he's going to say double no.
Here's a San Francisco Giants question for everybody. What is your favorite Giants team? And you can't say a World Series team. What is your favorite Giants team that just entertained you more than any year? And you can't say 10, 12, or 14. Go ahead.
Oh, my God.
2002. 2, they made the series too. Can you count that one?
Absolutely. Yeah. Non World Series winning team.
Oh, no. 02 first. Second would be the 89.
89. I was going to say 89. Yeah.
Hey, Spencer and Justin, you read my mind.
93 was awesome. Yes.
I don't know why. The 1987 team, for some reason,
I love that team.
I was 20 years old. I hated the Cardinals. God, that was that.
You were 20 in 87?
Yeah.
You're old, dude.
I know.
Well, there we go. We got our answer to our question for tomorrow.
What'd you think I was, Dan? 45, 46?
No, I was kidding you. I was 26.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan, there's your answer. I put it up there, senior.
Where's that?
Diaz is not in the River Cats lineup, so that's who's coming up.
He's not in there all the time anyway.
We'll see.
So,
yeah, by the way, is there any update, social media, whatever, on what's going on with Crawford?
That would make sense because they're facing a righty tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, no, I thought it's Kyle Freeland.
Oh, it is?
I think someone said that.
Oh, that's right.
Take a gander.
Freeland. Man, I would bring up Luciano. I'd bring up Luciano, man. I would bring up Luciano. Gosh, I would.
You know what? That makes that for an exciting move. I would agree with that.
Real quick on this favorite Giants team of all time. I think when you have a favorite team, all of us individually, I think it has a lot to do with not just the success of the team, but just the personalities on the team. Like that 87 team had Leonard. It had Robbie Thompson. It had Maldonado. It had Dave Dravecky.
Yeah.
I think Rick Russell was on that team, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. There was something about that team. That 87 team came back in a lot of games late. Maybe that's what I loved about them. A lot of dramatic walk-offs. Loved Will's fire. Loved Hum Baby. just, man, I was so brokenhearted when they lost to the Cardinals because I just thought they were better than them. And the Cardinals lost to the Twins in the World Series that year, didn't they? Kirby Puckett and the Twins?
Yep.
So the Giants and the Twins would have been, because you know who was on that Twins team? Danny Gladden.
Oh, that's right.
And Dan Gladden, and for a lot of you that don't know this, Danny Gladden and Jeff Leonard got into not just a pushing, they got into a real fist fight in the batting cage in spring training. So
wow,
that would have been juicy.
That would have been some fireworks right there.
Oh, Dan Gladden was a red ass. He didn't put up with shit, man.
Well, there we go. Another guy with a hamstring issue. So that's what I guess.
Tight hammy. I told you it was. I said it looked like,
man. What is it with these hamstrings, man?
These guys don't stretch enough. I'm telling you, it's cold. It was 60 degrees in San Francisco. It was windy. You got to stay stretched between innings. You in baseball, it's not like, being basketball.
limber. You got to be more limber.
Yeah, because you're sitting for 15 minutes at times, 10 minutes,
sometimes longer.
Or you're standing, and you never have. There's times that you're in the field where you never make a play. You just stand the whole, and you move, and then all of a sudden you're trying to beat out a double play,
right?
And so there it goes.
Unbelievable, because they're old. Yeah, there you go.
All right, I'm looking at this lineup, and we're gonna end this here shortly. Yeah. I don't know if you guys want to keep going, or I got to roll because I got to be somewhere.
Yeah, so do I.
So, but we will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day. Okay, let me tell you what we got going tomorrow. We're going to do a post-game show, and then we're going to do a live draft show.
Oh,
MLB draft show. Yeah.
All right.
So we'll go through the first 18 picks or so when we'll see what the Giants pick at 16, but we'll go for maybe 20 plus picks or so, see who they took and who maybe they should have taken if somebody goes after them. And I'm not sure what time the MLB draft is.
I was just going to ask that.
MLB draft time. 23. Okay. It starts at 4 p.m. Sunday. So you know what?
Pacific?
It looks like it because the games are going
that's perfect. That falls right in line with our post game.
The highly anticipated major is commenced 7 p.m. Eastern time. So what I'll do is I may be in a different room so I can see the TV screen. And but we'll come on tomorrow right at the end of the Giants game.
Is it another 1 p.m. start?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. So this lines up nicely.
Yeah. Good. So we'll do a live MLB draft show, and we'll do a quick wrap up while the draft's going on. We'll be doing a wrap up of the Giants series in the first half. At like 4:00. Any final parting shots for you guys?
Let's hope they win the series tomorrow, man. This is the last place in the National League, Colorado Rockies. So let's win the series. How about that?
All right, Los. Final
87 Giants.
87 Giants. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining NorCal Sports Network. Like and subscribe. Hit that like button from today. And Giants get a big victory, much needed today, 5-3 over the Colorado Rockies. And where are they at, Eric?
The last place in the National League.
Okay, all right.
Right here first.
All right, everybody. Have a great one. We'll be back tomorrow after the Giants game. We'll have a quick post-game wrap of the game, and we will cover the Major League Draft. Until tomorrow, everybody have a great one.
See ya.